too much on my girl, my good sis TT, because at the end of the day, y'all know that her mic be on, and y'all know Teyana Taylor can sing. So why y'all even playing in that girl face like that? Y'all act like every time y'all clock into work, y'all just give a A1 customer service. Y'all act like y'all be top tier employees every time y'all go in. Folks have a right not to show up perfect every time. Mistakes happen. Like she said, the mic was messing up. Give people grace. Damn. Got this girl sitting around here posting videos of her rehearsing, trying to prove to y'all that she was trying to give y'all a good performance. Y'all made TT make a post too. She said the sound and in-ear said not today, but guess what? The gratitude was louder than any mic could have ever been. I may not have been able to hear a damn thing, but one thing I could do was see. I got to see a little Harlem girl stand beside the GOAT in Yankee Stadium in front of over 40,000 people who showed so much love. If you would have told this little Harlem girl that one day she'd share a stage with Jay-Z in one of the most iconic stadiums in the world, she would have never believed.
Teyana Taylor is getting dragged across the internet right now, and before you join in or defend her, you need to know the full picture. Because this is not as simple as a bad performance. There are layers to what happened at Yankee Stadium that most of the commentary is completely skipping over. Let's start with the context. Jay-Z just did 3 nights at Yankee Stadium to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt, his debut album, the record that changed what rap could be and launched one of the most decorated careers in music history. 3 nights, over 40,000 people per show, one of the most anticipated concert events of the year. And Jay did not come in with a simple set list. He came in with a production, a rollout, a progression across all 3 nights that was clearly planned with intention. This was not a piecemeal thing. This was HOV operating at his most strategic. On night 1, he brought out Beyoncé. Now let's be clear about what Beyoncé did, because this is the central piece of this whole story, and nobody is giving it enough weight. She came out to perform the Mary J. Blige verse on Can't Knock the Hustle, the classic Jay-Z record where Mary's contribution is literally part of the DNA of the song. And Beyoncé did not just cover it. She took ownership of it in a way that left 40,000 people confused about what they were even hearing. People in the crowd genuinely thought it was a new song. They could not tell where the original ended and what Beyoncé was doing began. She gave that record a completely new life in real time, in front of one of the biggest live audiences in recent concert history, and she made it look effortless. Comments flooded in saying she sang it better than Mary sang her own part. That is the level of performance we are talking about. When Beyoncé left that stage on night 1, she did not just do her job. She set a standard so high that the conversation around that specific song was never going to be the same again. Everyone who was going to perform anything related to Can't Knock the Hustle after that moment was going to be measured against what she just did. And that is exactly where Teyana Taylor came in on night 3. Teyana Taylor, a Harlem-born singer, actress, and triple threat who has been building her name steadily in the industry, was brought out by Jay-Z to perform that same Mary J. Blige portion of Can't Knock the Hustle. And it did not go well. But here is the part that matters most, and it is the part that the people dragging her the hardest are either not mentioning or not understanding. Teyana could not hear herself. Watch the footage carefully. You can see her fighting with her in-ear monitor throughout the performance. She took it out, she put it back in. She had it all the way in and was still clearly behind the music, because without proper monitor feedback, you cannot stay on beat the way a live performance requires. When you cannot hear yourself, you cannot pitch correctly, you cannot time your delivery, and you cannot feel where the music is pulling you. She was not lazy, she was not unprepared. She was battling a technical situation in real time in front of tens of thousands of people and dozens of cameras, and there is almost nothing you can do in that moment except survive it. There are also reports that what many people experienced as her voice cutting in and out was the result of the sound team adjusting her mic levels when she fell behind the track, which is standard practice during a live show to protect the overall experience for the audience. If that happened, she never got a real shot to even recover. After the show, Teyana addressed it directly on Instagram. She acknowledged the in-ear and sound issues, and she did not spiral into excuses. Instead, she spoke from the heart about what the moment meant to her, regardless of how it landed technically. She talked about being a little girl from Harlem who never could have imagined standing on that stage beside Jay-Z in front of that crowd. She said the gratitude was louder than any mic could have been. She posted a separate video of herself singing her part the way she had rehearsed it, so the world could hear what she was actually bringing to the performance before the technical situation derailed it. Her voice, clean and without the monitor issues, sounds exactly like someone who was ready and prepared. Now let's talk about the real elephant in the room. Should Teyana Taylor have been put in this position at all? Jay-Z is meticulous. He is not spontaneous with his concert production. He does not call people the day of and improvise. Every detail of those 3 nights was thought through. The question people are asking is whether Teyana knew before she accepted that Beyoncé had already performed that song on night 1 and completely owned it. Because there is a credible theory that the booking happened in advance, that she was confirmed for night 3 before night 1 even happened, and that by the time Beyoncé did what she did on Friday, Teyana was already locked into performing Sunday. She may not have had the choice to step back even if she wanted to. And here is the other piece of this that people need to sit with. Teyana Taylor and Beyoncé are 2 completely different kinds of singers. That is not an insult to either of them. Beyoncé's voice has a particular power and range that has made her arguably the greatest live performer of her generation. Teyana has a sultry, soulful quality that serves certain songs in particular ways. Can't Knock the Hustle, especially after what Beyoncé did with it, may simply not have been the right match for what Teyana brings. That is not a character flaw. That is a casting conversation. And that conversation should probably have happened before night 3. Some people defending the situation have pointed out that you do not call Teyana Taylor because she is going to be the best technical vocalist in the room. You call her because she has presence, because she has a connection to the culture, because she brings something authentic to the stage. And that is fair. But if the bar for that specific song on that specific night had already been raised to Beyoncé levels, then whoever came behind her was going to be fighting a losing battle regardless of who they were. Here is what the people piling on Teyana Taylor are not thinking about. She is a human being who showed up, prepared, and then got handed a broken in-ear situation in front of tens of thousands of people and a global audience watching the clips. The fact that she stumbled does not tell us she cannot sing. The footage she posted after tells us she can. What it tells us is that live performance is unforgiving and technical failures are real, and they happen to people at every level. This industry has watched legends struggle with monitor issues on huge stages. It is not evidence of incompetence, it is evidence that live performance is genuinely hard. Give Teyana Taylor her grace. Not because the performance was good, it clearly was not what she or anyone else wanted it to be, but because the full context of what happened, the technical failures, the impossible comparison she was walking into, the fact that she may not have even fully understood what she was agreeing to before Beyoncé set that bar, all of it matters when you are deciding how loud to be about someone's worst televised moment. What the conversation should actually be centered on is whether Jay-Z's team made the right call putting the same song in 2 different performers' hands across the same run of shows. That is a production decision, not a Teyana decision. And if the answer is that it was not the right call, the weight of that should not land entirely on the artist who was trying to do her job with a mic that was not cooperating. Teyana handled herself with class after the fact. She did not go on a rant, she did not throw anyone under the bus. She posted something honest about what the moment meant to her, she showed the world what she was capable of, and she moved forward. That is the behavior of someone who deserves more credit than the current comment section is giving her. What do you think? Was Teyana set up for this moment, or should she have turned it down after night 1? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this.